Hello there, commanders, and welcome to another episode of Total War Arena Battle Commentary. This time, we're again featuring Cynane Cavalry, because that was the only thing I could really play on high tiers, especially when my teammates are bringing dogs and elephants. I'm not really bringing ranged units into this. I mean, I could make it work with javelins, but I picked cavalry for this battle. And what I want to focus on in this battle, we are going to highlight, is the rumbling of my stomach. Maybe you could have heard that. I guess I need to eat breakfast. Anyway, what we are going to focus on in this battle is keeping yourself always within the striking distance of the enemy. So that no matter what you do, no matter what the enemy does, you can always be useful. And you always, sorry, in the previous battle on Alpes, on Passage of Augustus, again I dropped the attack order on the unit that was right in front of me because vision needs. So here I land, nice recharge, a reflank that immediately stops being a reflank, and the morale doesn't even budge at all, pretty much. But I see some cavalry coming from the rear. I was like, well, I need to run away because I will be sandwiched. So I obviously don't know the unit composition of the enemy, but as you can see, the ranged meta has already taken its toll. This is like third, fourth day of the second test, so people are slowly realizing that bringing ranged units is not the best of ideas. And here you can actually see the team composition of the enemy team, that it is has 0 ranged units. And our team has only 1 ranged player. Oh, there's also 1 light artillery. Isn't really going to matter, I guess. But yeah, I try to go behind enemy lines to maybe find, I don't know, I mean, you can see the team composition when you start the battle, right? I think you do. I guess I just didn't take a look and I was looking for some archers. But if I'm not looking for some archers, I can always just look for some kind of opportunity to attack from behind. And what I'm doing is also making the enemies chase me. Just look, they're committed 3 cavalry players just to chase one of my units. And here I'm getting fucked over by pathfinding a little bit, which had no idea how to go around this corner, and made me lose one of my units. I guess it wasn't that big of a deal. And as I said in the previous battle, or as I said earlier in this video, when I was highlighting the previous battle, or maybe even 2 previous battles, was chasing the enemy. And whether or not you should... Whoa, I'm really hungry, apparently. Whether or not you should or shouldn't do it, right? But I was chasing Alexander Cavalry with my Cynane Cavalry, so I was faster. And then I ended up near a healing zone. It was okay. But otherwise, maybe it wouldn't be okay. Alright, so here... Now I need to secure a healing zone. The closest one is here. I don't want to go all the way back there. Although I could have, but controlling C is going to give us a nice advantage. And it is not very much secured because there are some enemies around that could contest it and prevent us from capturing it. So I am putting one of my units there to make it be captured faster. And now, only once we capture it, I'm going back to heal. But the enemy also does, do the right thing, just keeping within the striking distance. And although he didn't prevent us from getting C, he's preventing me from healing and is also threatening these archers. Oh, I just need to run away, they can't contest him. Luckily I have some cavalry here and some melee infantry that can help me. So I am going back to this zone because we captured E. And we captured E because, well, there were 9 cavalry units chasing me all the way down here and not being able to contribute to the battlefield over the points that actually matter. We didn't manage to capture D because we didn't really have any heavy infantry in the area against their heavy infantry, and elephants alone are not strong enough to solidify the push. So yeah, we do get wrecked on that flank kind of, and more of our forces got shifted towards capturing C. But we still control 4 points out of 5, and the enemy could have absolutely just captured A very easily with all that cavalry it has. But that cavalry is more focused again on chasing me rather than actually fighting for control over the points. And we already have very nice 500 points advantage very early into the battle, being able to when we are actually focusing on what matters. So be careful when you want to chase and when you don't want to chase. Maybe you really don't like someone and then you really want to chase him down. Understandable, I guess, but you might lose a battle because of that. So yeah, I went for a safe approach here. We split up with this guy. This guy managed to get his heal off. The enemy didn't deny the healing, which is what we highlighted in the previous battle as well. So that was lucky for us that he made that mistake, and well, I expected him to interrupt the healing, so I went over here, and then once it was safe to heal up, that's when I went there. So yeah, now we don't have any forces on AD flank. We do slowly put something there. There's this cavalry guy that is going to get a watchtower and some more cavalry forces, but I switch my attention over to E because E is being contested, and I obviously want to hold it. If I line up my charge, it would be a really nice recharge. It is pretty nice, but the guy managed to escape, but he's escaping through our phalanx, which suddenly was pointing in the wrong direction, so the pull-through penalty wasn't that big, but we now are in firm control over the E point. They have quite a lot of forces here, but they're still a little bit far away, and we do have some hoaxes and spearmen to delay them. And they can swap. Now these units can focus on delaying them, and these units can go back and heal, and we will keep control over E for the time being. And they finally decide to attack A. Well, the rainfire. But Corwin is responding. So even though we didn't have any forces really on this flank, we kept ourselves within the striking distance, right? So if they cap A, even though we don't have forces there just standing on top of it, like they do on top of D, we can always respond in time and stop the capture before it happens, it goes through. Although, let's go, no, we still are in control of A. Our cavalry, Jin, got in time. The scoring was taking the long way round, but it remains within our control. But we are not getting any points from it because, well, it is being contested. And so the similar situation happens here, right? They have units on top of the point. I'll just check here. Okay, can I capture the point? No? Okay. I'll just go somewhere else when I can be useful. And I help this guy. I dodge my charge, but that doesn't really matter. It's still a 4v1 situation. We are getting control back of A because, well, we just had numbers advantage here, so quite easy to capitalize on. And a really nice Scorch Earth if it was laid down by Rainfire. If not, then it is a really bad Scorch Earth. But I think it was laid down by Rainfire. And he did become MVP of this battle, I remember. So yeah, here, disengage, charge back in using the Cynane meme, because again, Cynane, not that good of a cavalry commander. She only has rapid advance. Well, she also has hand, and there are some situations where you can use it. But yeah, one of the things that Cynane has, it's easier to disengage with Cynane Cavalry. Though, well, Alexander has Anvil, so arguably not really even. And charge back in. So that's what I did. And after that, I'm checking, can I cap D? Well, they still hold this infantry on top of D, so I'll just go somewhere else where I'll be useful. I see enemy cavalry going towards C. I am keeping myself within the striking distance. They can start contesting C, but I'll be there to stop them and not allow the capture to go through. So I make a mistake here. I use my dash because I thought he would go all the way over to C and then start fighting on top of C. But I used dash. Maybe he saw it and I capitalized on it, but either way I should have used dash. And because of that I couldn't charge in time and my enemy won the charge, but it doesn't really matter. I do have some reinforcements. And this is kind of a difference between keeping yourself within the striking distance and not keeping yourself in the striking distance, because this player here over at D, he's just standing there. I was like, okay, you're holding D, the only point your team has, you're not going to win this, the battle that way. He finally realizes it and sends 2 units out of 3, so he still keeps 1 unit over there. I immediately notice it. I was like, well, if he's here, he's not here, I'm keeping myself within the striking distance. I see the opportunity and jump at it right away. Although I still want to, I guess, finish this engagement. There we go. Yeah, I guess I was waiting for the third unit. I see. Okay, third unit is out. Now I'm going in. And I move myself within the darkness of the fog of war. This cavalry can't spot me. It's wavering, so it has sheet vision. So I can just sneak behind him and capture D. I kept myself within the striking distance. This guy was standing on top of D to prevent our team from capturing it. And he, well, he did that, but he did nothing else, literally nothing else. He just stand there, couldn't contribute to the battle. He wasn't on the front lines whatsoever, so wasn't able to contribute in any other way. And as soon as he leaves, he loses D, because I kept myself within that striking distance. And then I'm an idiot, because I somehow misclicked. I have no idea, this is just random right click that happened. I don't know, maybe just my hand slipped or something. And I went out of the capture point. I didn't even realize that I clicked there, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? How did I leave the capping zone? And well, luckily there are no enemies nearby to prevent us from doing so. Corin, again, kept himself within striking distance. This guy tried to come back, got intercepted by his dogs and our cavalry. And I sacrificed one of my units to this pike phalanx to make sure that we capture D, and that way we control all 5 points now. So yeah, the enemy made a lot of mistakes, overcommitting to chases instead of being on the front lines and being useful. We absolutely abused that mistake. And remember what Napoleon said: never interrupt your enemy while he's making a mistake. More or less. Maybe I'm even paraphrasing. I'm getting memed on by unit cohesion, and somehow one of the units got healed later. Again, CA, for fuck's sake, please fix unit cohesion. And I'm waiting because pikes can absolutely obliterate you, but they won't kill you when it matters. And I was waiting for that unit to die so I can bring it back on the healing zone. But in the end, didn't matter because we won on points. So that is the important lesson. Make sure that you're always within the striking distance of the enemy, if possible. There will be situations when it won't be possible, obviously, but as much as you can, do that. And when the enemy is making a mistake of not doing that, exploit it. And obviously with cavalry, it is much easier to do than with any other unit, because, well, the faster you are, the more control you have over where you are on the battlefield, especially when you're cavalry and you're faster than anyone else other than just other cavalry. So yeah, this is a lesson especially for cavalry players, but everybody, no matter whether, even if you're an infantry player or even a ranged player, you can still apply the very same logic to win more battles. So that has been it for this lesson of battle commentary. Let me know down in the comments what you think about it and what you want me to do with this series in the future. And my stomach definitely gives me some feedback that I also get fed. So yeah, remember to, while you're down there in the comments, friendly fire that subscribe button. It really helps us bring the War Arena back to the West, as well as all the links that you will find in the descriptions. Please check them out. And with that, I'll see you on Arena's battlefields, Commanders.